Hi and welcome back to Learn Python by doing number 10. By now you should be comfortable with this concept of iterables and iterators. We're going to learn two functions that are applied to iterables. So any is the first one, which returns true if any element of an iterable is true and false otherwise. So if at least one value is true, this function is going to return true. If all values are false, then this function is going to return false. And if you pass an empty iterable, then you have to ask this question. Is there any value in this iterable? The answer is no, so this returns false. So that's just a way for you to remember what happens if you pass an empty iterable to this function. Okay, so let's create our fruits list, which have apple, pineapple, watermelon, and avocado. Okay, so now let's create a fruits mapped, which is going to be a map object, and the lambda function is going to be, okay, so if this starts with fruit starts with A, then return true, else return false. So let's see the content of these fruits mapped, and let's see what is the result of the any function that you can, this is not going to work because once we create this fruits mapped, then the fruits mapped is going to be empty. So first, let's see what the result here is. Okay, so we have two true here, true, and two false. So the any function should return true. So it returns true. Okay, so now let's create another mapped object, which is going to say return if the length of the fruit or the length of the string is greater than 50. So none of these strings have a length greater than 50, so every element here should be false. So let's verify that. Okay, so every element here is false. So now let's pass the map object directly to the any function, and it returns false. Okay, so far so good. Now let's pass an empty iterable, for example, an empty list, and this also returns false. Okay, so that's everything with the any function. Now let's see what the all function does. So it returns true if all elements of an iterable are true and false otherwise. So if you have at least one false in your iterable, then this is going to return false. If all values are true, this is going to return true. And if you pass an empty iterable, then this is going to return true. Okay, so let's create again our fruits mapped. And let's see in action the first case that says at least one value is false. Okay, so we can repeat our example. If fruit starts with A, we have already seen that we have two trues and two false here. So the all should return false. And that's correct, it returned false. Now let's see all values are true. So let's say that length of fruit is less than 50. So every string here have lengths that are less than 50. So this should consist all of truths. So the all function should return true. And lastly, let's see what happens if we pass an empty list, for example. This is going to return true also. So that's how the any and the all function works. I hope you like this video and see you in the next one.